Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is good. It is very hot, 95 degrees right now here, and my air conditioning is struggling to keep up. Last week, I kind of hinted or alluded to um, I had a secret, or I've been keeping something. It's true. It's nothing important, but to me, it was important to not talk about it, to just kind of wait and see what happens. But I think today I want to talk about it because tomorrow I want to have a discussion that somewhat involves this. Hopefully, I'll tie it all together, but whatever. I would like to introduce you to my Squire classic vibe 70s walnut P bass. This is a bass guitar that I've had for over a month now. I've been playing bass for a month, and it's been a pretty good part of the last month of my life. It was important for me not to talk about because, as I've mentioned many times, I tend to say I'm going to do something and then never do it. Because the saying I'm going to do it is like that gives me the satisfaction, and I don't need the thing to do the thing anymore. And this was not something I wanted to take lightly. So I've mentioned many, many times on this channel that I miss having music be a part of my life. I miss playing music. I've said it just so many times. And after coming back from Colorado, after hanging out with my friend Nathan from Flogging Molly, the bass player for Flogging Molly, and Valores, who we went to go see, I really started talking about it more. Malia is a guitar player. She's been playing guitar since she was young, but she took a 10-year break. She's been getting back into it over the last year. And been playing more and more, and I thought, man, it would be really nice to maybe, jam together sometime on something. And so we talked about it. We got back, and she's like, I really want to play more music. And I was like, I've been wanting to play music for a long time. And she said, well, what would you play? And I was like, if I were to pick, it would be either bass guitar or keyboard. And so we talked about it a little bit. The thing is, I don't really have space in my house to have a keyboard set up anywhere right now. Like, there's just not a place I could set a keyboard up. This takes up a lot less space, but this is the instrument that really inspires me. When I listen to music, those bass notes, those big, sick and deep notes, those are the things that make me want to move, make me want to dance, get me excited. And so she wanted to go guitar shopping. I think I talked about that on a video. We went, we took one day, and we went to 10 pawn shops and music stores in the area and looked at guitars. She's been thinking about getting an acoustic. She wanted to try some things. I tried a bunch of basses, and when I saw this guy, I knew this was the bass that I wanted. This is the second bass I've owned, actually. I bought a bass way back in the early 2000s, also because of Nathan. I've known Nathan for 23 years now, something like that. I've known him as in I've talked to him after concerts. I joke that I have re-met him every year for the last 20-something years, because until the last 3 or 4 years, he didn't remember me at all, because he had, whatever. He's a rock star. So I bought a bass because of him back in the early 2000s, like pre-YouTube. Like, there wasn't a way, there weren't online lessons. I mean, I guess there probably were, but it was more like tab, and I would sit down and play. There weren't smartphones. I didn't have an MP3 player. So part of the problem was I had nobody to play with. I didn't know any other musicians. And sitting here and just, making little ditty, it's not exciting. Like, you need the rest of the band for this instrument to really work. And so playing solo wasn't really a thing. So we went to the guitar shops. I saw this guy. Um, this is Squire is a Fender brand. It is like their, discount brand or whatever, like their beginner intro brand. However, this is a classic vibes. So the current Squire P bass, this is a type of bass. I don't like it. I don't like the neck. That's too thin. I don't. Part of the reason I've never been able to play guitar is because making these claw shapes with my fingers, I'm not good at it. So this thicker neck means the strings are a little farther apart. It's easier for me to get around. The thing is, this is twice the price of the entry-level Squire. So this is all, I could buy a Fender, made in Mexico Fender, for about almost the same price as this. So this is an expensive Squire. But for that price, this is like a really nice instrument. In fact, I picked up some Fenders in the store and played them, and they weren't impressive at all. This impressed me. And it was important to me to buy not the cheapest bass just because. I wanted to buy a bass that would like call to me, like, hey, pick me up. And come on, this black pickguard, walnut finish, maple neck. I look at it and like as a woodworker, I'm like, oh, I just want to touch it and feel it. So I wanted to buy a bass that inspired me. Yeah, it was a little bit more expensive. I could have bought a $150 intro bass, but if it doesn't inspire me, or if it gives me problems that I can't fix, I'm much more likely to just put it down and never pick it back up. But I can say for over a month now, I've been playing this for at least an hour a day, spread throughout the day. The nice thing about it is, it's really easy to just pick up and run a scale, pick up and play a little ditty, pick up and do some finger walking exercises throughout the day. I can do 5-10 minutes. I can take a break from work, just stand up, strap this on, and just, goof off. I also purchased an online course because I figured if I bought an expensive course, it's not super expensive, but a couple $100. I'm more likely to actually go through the learning process and learn proper bass technique. So I've been doing that every day for over a month, and that's about a half an hour to an hour, a half an hour to 45 minutes a day. So I'm putting in at least an hour, maybe two on a weekend, just playing around on this thing. And I've been having an absolute blast. I love it. I love it so much. It's just been fantastic. And again, I didn't want to talk about it because I felt like if I talked about it, then my enthusiasm for it might wane. I wanted to put in a month of work on it and see what happens. And what I can tell you is, I can play things today that I could not play a month ago. I'm still very far away from being competent. I'm just now in the course that I'm in, I'm on module 6 or 7 out of 14, so I'm about halfway-ish through the course. And music theory or sight reading, music is coming back around. Music theory is starting to be reintroduced. All these things I knew as a kid, scales, circle of fifths, triads, all that stuff is starting to come, and it's like, oh, yeah. I know how to do this. And I'm starting to know where the notes are. I'm starting to think in terms of shapes on the bass. I'm starting to really figure it out. I'm still a very long way from playing in any way competently, but I'm having an absolute blast playing it. I'm so happy it's here. It kept me company last week when Malia was gone. I would just turn my amp on. I have a little headphone amp that I plug in that I just, nobody can hear me playing, so I can practice whenever. That's really, really great. But while she was gone, I bought a little bass amp on eBay, or not eBay, but Facebook Marketplace, a used bass amp. I plugged in and just fiddled around, played songs, learned a few things. Yeah. This has been very rewarding over the last month. Very, very rewarding. And I'm excited to play. My kid plays guitar, Malia plays guitar, my other kid plays saxophone. I'm excited to play with them. I could play with them right now. Like there are, you could just play basic root fifth lines, no big deal. But I haven't yet. We haven't tried it yet. Malia did say she's transcribed a song that she wants to play together, and I said, okay, let's do that. Let's work on that. So we'll have some jam sessions soon. But I guess today is me coming out as a bass player. Yeah. Got any questions? You should put them in the comments. I have something to go along with this for tomorrow's discussion, which I just need to remember because it ties into other hobbies, other enjoyment things. So that's part of the reason why I kept it somewhat hidden as well. Yeah. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is wangle. It's a verb meaning to accomplish by underhanded methods. Jennifer managed to wangle an invitation to the Clarksons' party, even though she is the gauchest, of the area's parvenus. Wangle, W-A-N-G-L-E. That is a hilarious word that I've never heard before. Wangle, man, I gotta use that. That's fun. I feel like, I don't want to say underhanded. I've often been given things or been allowed to experience things in my life because I have expressed interest or I have said I've always felt like I've done something kind of like icky. People give me things, people take me places, and it's always felt like I've wangled my way into that. And yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go play this thing.